Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Motorsports Magazine from the Airborne Speedway in Plattsburgh. I'm Rick Knowles, joined on the broadcast by Rob Knowles. Tonight, 5 divisions of exciting racing action on tap. Good car counts once again, a couple of driver interviews, all sorts of fun stuff coming up on tonight's show, Rob.
I think the car count's about 135, Rick, maybe just a tick underneath that, 31 in the modified division. So again, we see an excellent field of cars all ready to go after the 30-lap feature event tonight.
Coming up in the interview segment, you had a chance to talk with one of the guys who is probably considered the favorite going into tonight's modified race, and that's Leon Gagno.
Yeah, if I were a betting man, I'd have my money on Leon Gagno tonight. He was way out in front when the yellow flag came out last week, and under that yellow period, cut down the right rear tire. That sent him to the pits and took away what would have been an easy win had the yellow flag not come out, because he was ahead by almost the entire front stretch. He was ahead by the entire front stretch. But that yellow flag and then the subsequent right rear tire negated that win. But with his poor finish, because of it, he'll have a real good handicap starting spot tonight, assuming that he is able to do well in his heat. So I would look for Leon to be a heavy favorite in tonight's Ernie's Discount Tools modified feature.
If you had bet on Robin Wood the last 4 weeks, first off, you'd need a Brinks truck. And second off, you'd be riding that winning streak looking for number 5 in a row tonight.
Well, I'm not sure if you need a Brinks truck, because the odds for Robin Wood keep going lower and lower and lower, because he is just destroying the field right now. In last week, we saw Bucko Branham running out front, and he was able to work his way past Bucko Branham. And if you can do that, then clearly you're a tick faster than everybody else in the field, and that's exactly what Robin Wood is right now. Everybody else in the J&S Steel Sportsman division trying to do their homework, trying to figure out how they can run with the 61, who is a dominant car right now with 4 straight going for 5.
Our second interview tonight will be with one of the leading drivers in the mini-modified division, coming off a win in the number 95, Rick Donor.
Yeah, he's second in the point standings behind Clintonville's Bill Thwaites. But that division, we've seen real close racing. I think we've just had one repeat winner in 6 events. So we've had 5 different winners out of the 6 events. So real good racing action in the mini-modifieds. And also in the Renegade division, we've seen real close competition. Only one winner there has repeated. That is Joe Daniels. He's the only guy with 2 wins in 6 events. So we've had 5 different winners there in the Renegades. And their point battle is very close as well, with Nick Haywood right now showing the way.
The 2008 track champion was Butch Lemare. He retired, but he's now unretired. He'll be making his first appearance of the season tonight.
Well, I'm not sure if retired is the right word. He just wanted to get out of it for a little while. He also focuses a lot on the demolition derbies that take place during the summertime and those events. But, yeah, we saw Butch Lemare back in the garage area, and we'll see how well he gets a handle of his number 57 mini-mod.
Speaking of that, our videographer for Motorsports Magazine, Gene Gagne, will be doing the Demolition Derby at the Clinton County Fair this year. You've been replaced on the commentary this year by the mighty midget Dan Dubuque.
Well, he'll have a tall order then, won't he? Trying to fill my shoes. Or maybe he won't have a tall order. It could be quite easy filling my shoes.
Well, I didn't think you were much of a demolition expert.
You didn't even ask. I'm not even sure when the event is, so I don't know if I'm even in town on that Sunday.
It's Motorsports Magazine from the Airborne Speedway in Plattsburgh, and it's coming up next.
Sports Magazine by the driver of the number 4 in the Ernie's Discount Tools modified division. This is Chazy's Leon Gagno. Leon, you've been at it for a long time now. Does the passion still burn? I mean, obviously you're still here on a regular basis on Saturday nights, but do you still have that same drive and that same energy for the checkered flag that you had back in the day when you were a youngster getting around this place?
Yes, I still do. I still have success here. I just don't have any luck right now.
That's true. Talk about you had the field covered, and I think one of the things that I said on the PA is the last thing you wanted to see was a yellow flag, and that came out late in the race, and under yellow, the tire went down on you. But with that misfortune last week, it would figure that this week your handicap, you'd be right up near the front. So you had certainly going into this race tonight, you have to feel pretty good about your chances.
I do. I feel very good about our chances. We should start, at least where we did last week, if not a little bit better, and we're going to do the best we can.
I know whenever I walk around your team or see your team in the pits, it's a lot of the same faces from year in and year out. You've had a lot of guys that have worked with you now for many years on this race car and on this race team. That has to be a lot of fun, the camaraderie between yourself and the guys that work with you.
Yes, I have the same fellows that have been helping me for years, and they've stuck by me in thick and thin. When it's good, you got a lot of people, and when it's bad, you get the same guys that you always have, and I appreciate their help.
And one thing that you also always have is the support of people in the crowd. Whenever number 4 wins, it's always one of the loudest cheers of the season, and that has to be pretty gratifying as well, to know that there are so many people that are pulling for you. And I think a lot of it is because of your genuine personality, and people know that you're a pretty quiet guy, and when you pull into victory lane, there's a lot of happy people.
Yes, I have a lot of great fans over here at home, and I consider this my home track, and I've raced all around, and still here's my home track, and I have, everybody sticks by me here, and I appreciate their support.
Have you missed running 2 nights a week? I know you used to run up at Granby on Friday nights and used to run on the dirt. Now just the one night on the Saturday nights. Is that enough?
Sometimes it isn't. I'd like to be back on the dirt some, and maybe that'll happen sometime this year. I'm not sure. It just gets tougher and tougher to go more than one night a week. It takes a lot of work just to do the one car.
Yeah. And a lot of work to stay up at the front in this division, because now the car count is as strong as we've seen it in the years since we've gone back to running the modifieds as a headline division. 30 cars typically on average now, so you've really got to make sure that you show up and you're fast when you unhaul the race car.
Yes, the competition is getting tougher, and Steve and Mike Perotti have been doing a great job here. They've got a great racetrack, and everybody knows that, and they're all coming out.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing that number 4 in victory lane soon, and I have a sneaking suspicion that tonight might be the night, and we wish you the best of luck, and we know you're going to get that checkered flag real soon.
Thank you very much, and I hope it's tonight.
That's Leon Gagno, everybody. Keep an eye out for the number 4 in tonight's modified feature event. Stay tuned. More Motorsports Magazine is coming right up. Joined now on Motorsports Magazine by last week's winner in the Keysville Napa Auto Parts Mini Modifieds from Sable Forks. Here's Rick Donor. And Rick, you finally get the checkered flag last week after the week before having some problems over in the tech area. But this is a division that is getting tighter and tighter, and we're seeing a lot of good competition. I think we've had 6 events and 5 different winners.
Yeah, it's really tight. You got to do what you can to win, I guess.
And a lot of the cars that have been winning, you have ties to. I mean, we were just talking about the different cars that you help out. Some of them relatives, others that are close by. But you get a lot of enjoyment out of helping out all the different drivers in this division.
Yes, I do. It makes it more competition. I show them my secrets, and they show me theirs, and it just keeps adding up. And I guess it's more than everybody else is here.
Give me an evaluation to the changes that have been made. You guys were now, of course, the mini modifieds. Last year, the Warriors. Talk about how you perceive the changes that you had to make to the car and whether you think it's made the racing better.
Well, it has. It's straightened a lot of drivers up. They don't bump into you as much. And all you really do is take the front fenders. As you know, some of the Hondas, they just got the front covers off, the fenders, that's it.
So you find that you have to be a little more careful with the front of the car, and maybe the chrome horn doesn't work quite so well anymore.
No, it don't. You got to watch out for your front tires. If not, they'll cut them. And happened to Justin a couple weeks ago. He got into a car and it cut his front tire down.
So it really has required the drivers in the division to perhaps pick their game up a little bit, in that they have to be a lot more careful with the line that they're running and not get tight to somebody else.
Yeah, but you still see guys doing that, but it's a lot better than what it was last year.
Now, we're almost halfway through the season. We've had a lot of rainouts, and it really has put maybe a little more pressure on some of the results if you're looking to win a track championship. You're second in the point standings. Of course, what happened a couple of weeks back really didn't help things out, but you're always right in the thick of things, it seems.
Yeah, well, that DQ didn't hurt me too bad. I was fourth, and I win last week, made double points. It got me 8 points up on the Billy, so I'm second now.
Well, as we head down the stretch here, I'm sure you're hoping that you find yourself remaining in contention and winning a track championship.
Well, if I don't, hopefully my partner does.
And those partners are?
You got Billy Twace, Justin Donor, you got Dustin Duval, my nephew Steven Brissett.
So you've got about 5 cars in all that you've been helping?
Yes. Yep.
Including yours?
Yep.
Well, number 95 is no stranger to victory lane. You were there for the first time last week, and wouldn't be surprised to see you end up there several more times this year.
I hope so.
Well, that's Rick Donor, everybody. Rick, good luck tonight, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Rick Donor. All right, stay tuned. More Motorsports Magazine's coming right up.
Coming down the front stretch, green flag. Skip Liberty's number 59 has been running a lot better the last couple of weeks. Let's see how he does in this third qualifier. Again, last week, of course, Chris Reeves hopped on board the 59. Skip's been nursing some injuries that he suffered a couple of weeks back and trying to get back to full health, and right now leading in this third qualifier, working down on the inside of the 59. The 57 of Howard Stoner races on the outside. Here comes Bucko Branham moving to the inside of Larry Underwood as they race for fourth. Branham on the inside in the number 20 and Underwood on the outside in car number 73. Rick Frenier runs in the third position. He's got the cat's eye view right now, the battle for the lead that Skip Liberty is enjoying. Frenier trying to get to the inside of Howard Stoner. Stoner coming down the track, got a piece of the 77, and that shot the 57 way up atop the racetrack. Stoner had to get on the binders to hang on to that race car, and now he'll rejoin at the back of the pack running in the sixth position. Liberty is the leader, running in the second position. Here comes Bucko Branham on the inside, trying to take it to the stripe. It looked like by a nose, car number 20 was there. Branham in the second position. Third is Frenier in the 77. Fourth is the 73 of Underwood. Running in the fifth spot, Chad Provost, and sixth is it's Howard Stoner in the 57. Rico Hernandez took the number 4 back to the garage area. Right now, all 6 of these guys will qualify to pick up their handicap. Liberty leading by 3 car lengths over the Professor Bucko Branham. Then it's 5 car lengths back to the 77 of Rick Frenier. Here they come off turn number 4. They're halfway in the third qualifier for the J&S Steel Sports. See the Ernie's Discount Tools Modifieds are lined up in the staging area. They will be out for their qualifying action next. 3 qualifiers scheduled to run tonight for the Modifieds. Racing for the 5th spot, Chad Provost, the 27, and the 57 of Howard Stoner at the back of the pack. Provost a little sideways into turn number 4. Stoner takes his car right up to the wall. Out front, Bucko Branham has chased down Skip Liberty. It's now about a car length as they race down the backstretch into turn number 3. Similar battle for third, Rick Frenier and Larry Underwood. Frenier running a middle groove as they race off turn number 4. And working down on the inside is Underwood in that number 73. Bucko Branham running in line behind the 59 of Skip Liberty. You can see Liberty moving up the racetrack off turn number 2. And Branham following pretty much along that line. Larry Underwood in the 73 trying to get to the third position down on the inside. Almost there as the battle for third inches even closer. 2 laps to go for leader Skip Liberty. At the stripe for third that last time by, Rick Frenier in the 77 still had the third position. We got battles going on for third, battle going on also for the 5th spot between Provost and Stoner, and now a battle for the lead. Here comes Bucko Branham down to the inside, and he will take the lead at the stripe with a white flag unfurled. Branham in car number 20 made his move last lap over in turns 3 and 4, and now Skip Liberty trying to get momentum off turn number 2 down the backstretch. They're almost dead even into the third turn. Branham on the inside, Liberty on the outside. This is going to be a drag race for the win. Here they come off turn number 4. Liberty trying to take advantage of the banking. Down to the stripe, checkered flag. It looked like Branham down on the inside. Wins by about a foot. Second goes to Liberty. Third to Frenier. Fourth to Underwood. Fifth to Provost. And sixth will go to the 57 of Howard Stoner. So Bucko Branham working on the inside coming off of turn number 4. Was able to hold off the momentum that Skip Liberty had built up on the outside with his number 59. And Branham ends up winning by about a foot at the start-finish line. Aside from Chateauguay, Quebec, It is Richard Tesser. Final row, Aaron Bartamy in the B3 and Todd Ormsby in the 26. That's the field. Here they come. Off for green flag. Leon Gagno had the field covered last week. Oh, Chris Kaye sideways in the 2. They box it up. Richard Tesser off the pace in the 49. Jason Durgan with trouble in the number 17. Made heavy contact on the right side, and the yellow flag comes out. And you can see that right side just sitting right down on the right rear of Jason Durgan's car. Here we go. In turn number 4. Down the front stretch, green flag. Barnaby right down on the inside at the start-finish line. He'll get a spot on Andy Haywood. Now they race down the backstretch. Out front it is Leon Gagno. You got to figure Leon Gagno is a pretty good favorite going into tonight's racing action. He had a huge lead last Saturday night. A lead that was about almost half the track over Patrick Dupree when a yellow flag. Andy Haywood just runs right over the B3 of Aaron Bartamy. Well, Bartamy appeared to, on the start, move down to the inside and almost make a pass on Haywood coming down to the start-finish line. And that brought out, that happened at the start of the qualifier. And then there's no question, off of turn number 2, the 80 just drove right on through the P3.
Well, he tried to take him out twice in turns 3 and 4 and wasn't able to do it. Bartamy held on to it. And this is a clear dump job coming off turn 2 here, and we guarantee you're going to see a black flag on the 80 car.
Green flag back out. And as we were saying, Leon Gagno with the number 4 had a huge lead last Saturday and then had the right rear tire go down with about 3 laps remaining under yellow. That was the only yellow that came out. Here comes Maxime Vienne, the youngster from Quebec, in the 25, taking the lead. How about that? Maxime Vienne with a veteran move as he dove down to the inside of Leon Gagno and just flew on past. Gagno scrambling a little bit here in the number 4 in the second spot. He's going to go to the outside. Maxime Vienne showing the way. Now Gagno looking to dive down to the inside. George Foley in the 34. He's in the mix. Foley works down to the inside. Maxime Vienne showing the way in the 25. Leon Gagno running second in the 4. George Foley in the 34 running in the third spot. Well, when Leon Gagno, who was so fast last week, starts on the point in qualifying, you pretty much expect that he's going to run away with it. But Maxime Vienne, I don't know if he caught him sleeping off turn number 4 or what, but Vienne was able to take the lead, and now Gagno's coming back after it. Foley is right there as well in the 34. Gagno working the rim on the outside. Vienne taking it right up to the wall, and Foley is going to move down to the inside for the lead. Well, Maxime Vienne really using all of the racetrack up, taking the momentum of Gagno away on the outside, but he didn't account for George Foley. Foley was able to dive down to the inside of Maxime Vienne, take the top spot, and now Vienne runs second and Leon Gagno running third. Chris Kaye is fourth in the 18. Richard Tesser is fifth in the number 49 modified. And then it is the double nickel for Matt Woodruff running in the sixth spot. Tesser with a challenge on the 18 of Kaye. Tesser had to back out of it. George Foley's checking out. The Shamrock Barn Road at 34. He's running away from everybody else. Maxime Vienne in the 25 really working all over the racetrack. Running it low into turn number 4 and then drifting up the track. That's where it appeared as though Leon Gagno was going to go after him. Now Gagno pulls even, almost wheel to wheel off 4. That takes Vienne's move away as he is really all over off the 4th turn in that number 25. And Gagno will take the second spot off turn 2. Maxime Vienne running third. Here comes Chris Kaye to the inside. He will take third away. Vienne goes back to fourth. White flag for George Foley. He's checked out on the rest of the field. He's got a full backstretch lead over Leon Gagno. Gagno again goes to the top of the racetrack. Gets a good run off the top of turn number 2. Chris Kaye running in that third spot. Richard Tesser will take a spot away from Vienne for now. Checkered flag for Foley, who wins. Second goes to Gagno. Third to Kaye. Fourth to Richard Tesser. Fifth to Maxime Vienne. Sixth will go to Matt Woodruff in the 55. And then 7th to Todd Ormsby in the number 26.
Seymour and Bradley make up row number 1. Again, they set a slow pace coming off turn 4. Green flag is out. Bradley gets the jump on the outside. Seymour trying to battle right back on the inside. Gets a little bit squirrely coming off of turn 2, but holds on to it. Brissett moving up on the outside. Here comes Collins quickly on the inside. Rick Donor has picked up 4 spots already. He's already moved into a transfer spot, now looking to take the 5th spot away from the D-Moore 86. John Bradley leads lap number 1, but the 10 car of Steve Brissett, he is right there looking for a way by. Jimmy Collins, 02, is on the move as Slocum's 44 is spun in turn 2. He gets it refired, will stay green. Bradley drifts high in the 77, opens up the inside line, and Jimmy Collins is going to go right on by. Collins in the 02, your new leader. Bradley back to second. Brissett now looking to move up on the inside. Brissett will take second. Rick Donor looking to the deep inside. He'll go by as well. He'll take the third spot. They are halfway. Again, Phil Slocum having problems over in turn 2. He's going to take it back to the garage area. As Jimmy Collins starts to drive away from this second place battle between the 10 of Brissett and the 95 of Captain Thunder. 2 to go, this time by for Collins. The battle is strictly for the number 2 spot as Collins is well in front. Seymour's 35 running in the 4th spot. Santillo is 5th. Bradley has that 6th and final transfer spot with DeMore trying to move into that 6th spot. The white flag is out. Now Rick Donor on the inside of the Brissett number 10. They battle for that number 2 spot, but there's simply no catching Jimmy Collins tonight in the year 02. Off turn 4, checkered flag is out. Collins, an easy winner. Donor will get the 2nd spot. Brissett will finish 3rd. 4th spot goes to Shotgun Seymour. 5th spot goes to the 88 of Tommy Santillo. And John Bradley gets the final transfer spot in the 77.
Track champion Lonnie Rivers will start car number 7 8th, and shotgun on the field is Freeman Sawyer in the 51. All right, that's the field. They're under green. Josh Terry in the 43, Josh Allen in the number 10. And off of turn number 2, they're dead even down the backstretch. Terry is on the inside, Allen is on the outside. Josh Allen takes the lead from the outside, racing off of turn number 4 down the backstretch. He'll lead lap number 1. Jason Sawyer in the 28 trying to move with him. The inside line boxing up a little bit behind Josh Terry in that number 43. Kenny St. Germain, Mike Terry, they've both been pinned down to the inside. They're running 3 wide right now for the 6th position with Terry, Robert Gordon, and Joe Warren all in the mix. Out front, it is the 10 for Josh Allen. Jason Sawyer trying to get to that 2nd spot on the outside in car number 28. That's a car that has been getting progressively faster week by week, and he will take the 2nd spot off of turn number 2. Josh Terry back to 3rd. Lonnie Rivers in car number 7. Hustling to the outside, right now in the 4th position. Here comes Joe Warren threading the needle down the front stretch. Joe Warren is 13. He's trying to move up as well. Right now had 5th at the start-finish line. Kenny St. Germain in the 40 is in the 6th spot down on the inside. Josh Allen's in the safe spot. He's out front. He's got a 2-car length advantage over Jason Sawyer in the 28. Josh Terry putting up a good fight down on the inside in the 43 as they're halfway this time by in the qualifier. Picking up the track that time off turn number 4. Little contact with the left front of the 13 of Joe Warren. Everybody is able to straighten things out, and now they're down the backstretch. Lonnie Rivers running 3rd. Joe Warren trying to move to the 4th position. Meanwhile, out front, here comes the 28 of Jason Sawyer trying to grab the lead away from Josh Allen. Josh Allen continues to run on the outside. Jason Sawyer with a good run down to the inside. Drifting up the track, had to get on the binders. You can see the 10 start to pull away. Allen pulls away down the backstretch. Now into turn number 3, here comes the 28 back after him. Josh Allen is hanging on to the lead as he drifts it right up to the wall off turn number 4 with 2 laps to go. Josh Allen's in the 10, Jason Sawyer's in the 28. Almost dead even that time at the start-finish line. Allen had the lead by a couple of feet. But now Sawyer pulls even down the backstretch again into turn number 3. He sticks the nose back out in front. Jason Sawyer had the lead into 3. White flag's been unfurled. Here they come down the front stretch. Jason Sawyer with a good run off number 4. He has the lead at the start-finish line. Josh Allen not giving up though on the outside, trying to get good grip and a good run off the top of turn number 2, but Sawyer is able to take better advantage of the racetrack, and he will pull away down the backstretch into 3. Jason Sawyer, he drifts up into turn number 4. Here comes Allen back on the inside. Sawyer is loose. Allen is loose. He gets on the binders. He's going to finish sideways. 3rd goes to Lonnie Rivers. Mike Terry 4th. 5th to Joe Warren. 6th will go to Kenny St. Germain. 7th to Josh Terry, and Robert Gordon 8th in the H2O.
That's your field of 8 bombers ready to go 6 laps in this third and final qualifier for the Monster Energy Drink Bomber Division. Final qualifier of the evening before the main events will get ready to roll. We're underway. The Grape Ape swinging 3 wide off of turn 2. As last week he tried that to get around the 2 car and ended up in the bunker. This time he goes around in turn 3. That 2 just does not like the Grape Ape. 3rd week in a row. Collins leads it. Bordeaux is 2nd. Blondo and the 24 of Whitney battling it out for that number 3 spot. Miller, 66, runs 5th. But here comes Barney looking to the outside. Good battle starting to develop up front. Collins, 22. Bordeaux's 23. And the 5 of Blondo. Whitney's 24, running solidly in that number 4 spot. Then we come back to Miller, who's about to be challenged by the Grape Ape in the 21. They're going to be halfway this time by. Blondo's worked his way into 2nd, and he's right alongside the 22 of Collins. Blondo by a nose at the line. Collins has the inside line. Blondo will pick up all the momentum on the outside and just drive away up the backstretch. Blondo is your new leader. Collins will try to come back on the inside, but he'll have to drop into that number 2 spot. April Bordeaux runs 3rd. Wade Whitney is 4th. Steve Miller is now 5th. Levi Bombard right there along with the 21 of Richner. They're going to go 3 wide into turn 1. Richner uses the momentum to take the number 5 spot. That'll put the battle for the 6th spot between Bombard and Miller. White flag is out this time by for Jason Blondo. Chad Collins, 22, running comfortably in the number 2 spot. The battle for 3rd. Now Whitney has an edge up, moving up the backstretch. He'll drive away from the 23 of Bordeaux. Richner's 21 is 5th. Checkered flag is out. Jason Blondo backs up a win last week with a win in the qualifier tonight. Chad Collins 2nd. Wade Whitney 3rd. April Bordeaux 4th. 5th spot will go to the 21 of the Grape Ape. And the final transfer spot goes to the 61 of Levi Bombard.
Next, it's Jamie Atkins in the 68. The Robbie's Pools 29 for Champlain's Ben Huff. Peru's Toby Ebersol is in the Coors Light 82, and shotgun the Pizza Palace 44 for Tyler Terry. That's the field. Green flag. Field races into turns 1 and 2. Mike Shagnon in the 86. Remember, that car was all over the place in his qualifier, but still managed to race to the 6th and final qualified spot. Trying to hang on to the lead into 3 and 4. Throw a blanket as they box it up in the middle of the pack. They're 3 wide running midstream, but out front, Skip Liberty had the lead at the stripe by a nose. Liberty from the outside trying to wrestle that lead away from the 86 of Mike Shagnon. They touched over in turn number 2, and now Liberty drives away down the backstretch into turn number 3. Howard Stoner looking to move to the outside as well. Here comes Danny Sullivan in car number 3. Keep an eye on the 61. Remember, Robin Wood is trying to go for 5 straight. The track continues to maintain that $100 bonus to any driver that can beat car number 61. So anybody, as long as that 61 is running at the end of the feature event, if somebody other than Robin Wood takes home the checkered flag, they will pick up a $100 bonus from the racetrack. Out front, Skip Liberty is pulling away from Mike Shagnon. Good battle for 3rd. Danny Sullivan, the 57 of Howard Stoner. For about the 10th spot, they're 3 wide. Jamie Begor coming on through on the inside. He's trying to get a spot away from Sean Duquette. Duquette is boxed right now. He can't move inside or outside. He's running right behind Brian McGinley in the number 35. Car sideways. Danny Sullivan on the front stretch. Got a piece of Chris Reeves. Reeves hangs on to it. Sullivan had to get on the binders. He'll lose a couple of spots. The big orange Rich Watson was able to move through. Here comes Bucko Branham in the 20. The 73 of Larry Underwood looking to pick up a spot as well. And Jamie Begor in the 19. Now again a 3-wide battle. Begor, Duquette in the 18, working the rim on the outside. It is the 33 of Travis Bruno right up by the wall. Out front, Liberty continues to pull away. Mike Shagnon is holding on to 2nd. Bill Sawyer in the 39, trying to get to 3rd. He will, and now going after that 2nd spot. Chris Reeves runs in the 5th position in the 00. Then it's a couple of car lengths back to Bucko Branham in the 20. Branham is to 6th. in car number 20. There goes the 39 of Bill Sawyer into turn number 1. He'll take the second spot away from Mike Shagnon. Chris Reeves looking to follow through there, 3 wide into turn number 2. Reeves on the inside, Stoner in the 57 backed out. The 86 of Shagnon still running at speed on the outside, had third. Reeves trying to wrestle it away down on the inside. Sean Duquette's got trouble. Duquette goes to the top of the racetrack with car number 18. That'll bring out the first yellow. Yellow flag is out. Robin Wood and Richie Turner really leaning on one another as that yellow flag is displayed. And now the 17 of Turner punts the 61 over in turn number 2. Well, the progress for Robin Wood has been difficult trying to work through the field. The 17 and the 61, they've been running close to one another for the better part of the feature event, and again, they're not happy with each other. The 17 again drives into the side of the 61. All right, ready to run again. Skip Liberty in the 59, Bill Sawyer in the 39. They're in the front row. They pace the field off turn 4. Green flag. Liberty leading off turn number 2. Bill Sawyer on the outside trying to get a good run atop the racetrack. Sawyer is there in the 39. Chris Reeves running third in the 00. Here comes Sawyer, surging momentum into turn number 4. Down the front stretch, at the stripe. Bill Sawyer has the lead in the 39 on the outside. Look out, Mike Shagnon up towards the wall. Danny Sullivan is spinning. The 86 gets a heavy piece of it. Jason Bonnet gets on the binders. The 44 of Tyler Terry, I'm not sure he got too much of that. Bonnet was able to really whoa up as he headed into turn number 1, but as they raced down the front stretch, it appeared as though the 3 of Sullivan was a little loose. He made contact with the 86 of Shagnon. That sent him up towards the wall, and he made heavy contact right at the end of the turn number 1 wall and sent him off atop into turn number 1. Mike Shagnon, Larry Underwood in the 73, Howard Stoner in the 57, Jamie Begor in the Big Orange, Rich Watson. Those cars running in the first 4 rows, the top 8. Here they come. Off turn 4, green flag. Sawyer in the 39, the 59 of Skip Liberty. Let's see if Liberty can get the momentum off the top of turn 2 down the backstretch. Sawyer has the lead into turn number 3. Here comes Chris Reeves in the 00 trying to take second away from Skip Liberty down on the inside. Bill Sawyer is pulling away from the battle for second. Liberty holding on to second at the start-finish line. But Chris Reeves is there down on the inside. Bucko Branham has moved down to the inside trying to follow Reeves through. As Reeves runs a middle line now down the racetrack with Skip Liberty still pinned on the outside. Also pinned on the outside is that 57 of Howard Stoner. Larry Underwood in the 73 is trying to move through. And here comes Jamie Begor in the 19. Bill Sawyer leading by 3 car lengths. Chris Reeves running second. Skip Liberty on the outside, the 59, back to third. Fourth, Bucko Branham. He's got no place to run, though, as they are running double wide in front of him. Branham in that number 20 has been turning some fast times on the score clock, but he can't work his way past the 00 or the 59. Perhaps just patiently biding time as he will follow the 00. Now an opening down to the inside, but Branham can't quite get there. He will try to challenge and take third away from Skip Liberty, and he does. Into turn number 4. Skip Liberty all the way back to 4th in the 59. This time it's halfway for Bill Sawyer. Chris Reeves running second. Bucko Branham still third. 4th, Skip Liberty. 5th, Larry Underwood. 6th, it's going to be Jamie Begor. 7th is Howard Stoner in the 57. 8th is Toby Ebersol. Good charge towards the front by Toby. He's in the 8th spot after starting way in the back of the pack. 9th, it is Tyler Terry. 10th is Travis Bruno. 11th is Richie Turner in the 17. 12th is Rich Watson. 13th, Brian McGinley. 14th is the 29 of Ben Huff. 15th is Jason Bonnet in the 79. Chris Reeves, Bucko Branham battling now for second. Branham goes to the outside in car number 20. Reeves in the 00 down on the outside. At the stripe, it's going to be Branham in the second position. And now Bucko Branham will try to chase down Bill Sawyer from the outside. That's where we know that 20 likes to run. Branham's been able to get to the outside of the 00. Can he chase down Bill Sawyer in the final 10 laps? Here they come off turn number 4. 10 laps to go for Bill Sawyer. And he's got a driver lurking right behind him who will throw every move in the book at him. Branham in car number 20. The lead is down to about 2 car lengths and closing. Branham in the 20 works down to the inside, now drifts it up the track into turn number 4, down the front stretch, closing to about a car length. Bill Sawyer, the Albuchon Hardware. Harrison Concrete, number 39. The lead was 4 car lengths, then it went to 2, then 1. It's back to 1 after Branham had closed right to the rear bumper in turn number 2. Sawyer got a good run off turn number 2, and now the lead is about 5 feet off turn number 4. Bill Sawyer leading Bucko Branham out front, and it's 2 car lengths back to the 00 of Chris Reeves. Half a car length to Skip Liberty, who runs in the 4th spot. Larry Underwood still 5th. Jamie Begor still 6th. 7th, Howard Stoner. 8th, Toby Ebersol. 9th, Richie Turner charging back towards the front. Tyler Terry runs in the 10th spot. Here comes the battle for the lead. Bucko Branham down to the inside of Bill Sawyer. Branham a little loose into turn number 2. They touch off 2. Down the backstretch. Sawyer sticks the nose back out in front. Bill Sawyer in the 39 hangs on to lead into 3. Here comes Branham back after him down on the inside. They race off turn number 4 down the front stretch. Branham a little bit sideways off 4. Sawyer hangs on to lead on the outside. Bill Sawyer in the 39 will have the lead into turn number 2. But Bucko Branham is right there, just 3 feet behind. Now Sawyer starts to pull away. Again, they touch down the backstretch into 3. Branham looking inside again. Bill Sawyer trying to hang on to the lead sideways off turn number 4. Bucko Branham there into turn number 1. Bill Sawyer still had the lead last time by the start-finish line. They're dead even. Wheel-to-wheel, door-to-door off turn number 2 down the backstretch. Again, a little touch into turn number 3. Here comes Branham through on the inside. They're dead even into turn number 4. Sawyer builds up momentum. They touch again off turn number 4. Sawyer hanging on the lead. Bucko Branham continues to run in that 2nd spot. Chris Reeves, he's closing in the 00. He runs 3rd now, just a half car length off the back bumper of Branham. Skip Liberty running still in that 4th spot. 5th still Larry Underwood. 6th still Jamie Begor. All eyes to the front. The 39 of Bill Sawyer holding off Bucko Branham. Sawyer now drives down to the inside. Branham trying to dig down to the inside of the 39. Again, a little tap off 2. Now Branham's going to go to the outside. That's where that 20 likes to run. Let's see if he can get it done on the outside into 3. Sawyer 39 inside. Branham 20 on the outside. Popsicle sticks are out. There's 2 to go. Branham's got the lead at the stripe. Bucko Branham had the lead at the stripe. Leads him into turn number 2. Here comes Sawyer back on the inside. He drifts up the track. They touch off 2. Down the backstretch. Branham with the lead by a foot. Now Sawyer takes the lead by a foot. Seesaw battle. Branham is sideways into turn number 4. Here comes Sawyer back through. Here comes Reeves through on the inside. White flag. Chris Reeves has the lead. 3 wide now for 2nd. They touch into 1. Sawyer is sideways, hanging on to it. Branham to 2nd, Sawyer goes around. Chris Reeves is the leader out front. Skip Liberty runs 2nd. Bucko Branham now running 3rd. Here comes the field. Off turn number 4. Down to the start-finish line. Yellow flag. Checkers are out. Chris Reeves wins. Skip Liberty 2nd. Bucko Branham 3rd. Larry Underwood 4th. 5th, Howard Stoner 6th. Goes to Jamie Begor in the 19. Holy cow, what a finish. Chris Reeves was running 3rd with 2 to go. He gets his first win of 2009 in the J&S Steel Sportsman Division.
What a great show up front. As the battle between Branham and Sawyer was outstanding, back and forth, swapping leads for the last 10 laps or so. Then the door opened up on the inside for Reeves in the 00, and he just drove right on by on the inside. Airborne's trophy girdle, Joe Desitel on his way to victory lane to present the trophies. Let's throw it downstairs. Rob Knowles standing by to talk with our main event winner in the J&S Steel Sportsman Division, Chris Reeves. Rob, take it away.
All right, Rick, we'll get a word with Chris Reeves in just a second as he's unbuckling in his car. This is Chris Reeves' first career win in the J&S Steel Sportsman Division. Always great to get win number 1. Give him a nice round of applause, everybody.
Because rain's coming. Real quick, Mike said because rain's coming.
All right, Here comes Chris Reeves. Congratulations, you get your first win. I know last week you hopped in Skip Liberty's car because there were some problems with yours. Talk about what you guys had to do to make this car very fast.
Well, if it wasn't for Skip and Jared, my old man, my brother, all these guys made it good for me. If it wasn't for Skip let me race last week, or we wouldn't race at all. He came down, worked on my car all week. Jared, he ain't here, but this one's for him. He's camping. I gotta thank all my sponsors, my brother, my father, everyone that's helped me out this year. Thanks for everything.
Chris, you were in the right spot when the two cars that were running up front got together. You were sitting in that third position. You found room down to the inside. Talk about that move where you took the lead that actually won you the race.
Well, I thought I was going with him. I didn't know that it was going to happen like that, but I just can't believe it. It was amazing. I just in the right spot at the right time.
I can hear the emotion in your voice. Congratulations. Good job.
Thanks, Jared McKee, everybody. Thank you.
All right, that's Chris Reeves, everybody.
Looking for his first ever win in the Ernie's Discount Tools Modifieds. All right. Slow pace into 4. Here they come. Down the front stretch. Green flag! George Foley, a 3-wide move on the front stretch into 1. It's going to pick him up a couple of spots. Foley into the top 5. Andy Kane on the outside in the 27. He got jostled. Brian Trim had to get on the binders in the 59. Out front, Leon Gagno. Max MVN running in that second spot. Here comes Patrick Dupree in the 24. Vien looking to the outside of Leon Gagno. He wants to go. Down the backstretch, Leon Gagno leading by a car length over Max MVN in the 25. Now Dupree is going to shift to the outside of Vien and go after that second spot, trying to hunt him down. Vien again drifts up the track off 4. That opens up the inside line for Dupree if he can get there. Good racing behind the leaders as they are running very close for the 9th spot. Brian Trim right now has it at the 59. Andy Kane in the 27 is 10th. 11th would be Barnaby, and 12th right now is Martin Roy. He picked up 5 spots since the last restart. He knows he has to go, and he's going. Here comes Dupree to the inside of Max MVM for the second spot. He is now second. Patrick Dupree to the second position in the Greg Norman Estates number 24. Leon Gagno shows the way into 4. His lead is about 8 car lengths over Patrick Dupree. But let's see how quickly Dupree can run him down. Leon Gagno just ran his best lap of the race, a 16.418. Fastest lap of the race to this point for Leon Gagno in that number 4 modified. Patrick Dupree trying to chase him down now in the number 24. Dupree, a 16.19, his fastest lap of the race. Charging down the backstretch. Patrick Dupree trying to chase down Leon Gagno, and you can see him biting into the advantage that Gagno has set up. The field starts to string itself out as they put together some consecutive green flag laps. Gagno leading, Dupree second, George Foley to third, Max MVN is back to 4th, 5th is Chris Kaye, 6th is the double nickel for Matt Woodruff, 7th is Greg Atkins, 8th on the outside Aaron Barnaby, no, Mike Finney hangs on to 8th, 9th is Barnaby, 10th is Martin Roy in the 90, 11th is Brian Trim, 12th is Adam Barnaby, 13th is Pierre Bertillon, 14th is Don Scarborough, 15th is Richard Tesseur in the number 49. Good battle between Bertillon and Scarborough for about the 14th, make that 13th spot. Out front, Leon Gagno's lead is a car length over Patrick Dupree. As we approach the halfway point this time by, Dupree pulls right up onto the back bumper. Here they come off turn number 4. Patrick Dupree is looking to make a pass for the lead, and at the front stretch, it is almost dead even at the stripe. Leon Gagno was still scoring the leader last time by the AMB scoring, but off turn 2 down the backstretch, Patrick Dupree takes the lead away. Dupree into turn number 4 will fly away from Leon Gagno. His lap time's almost 3/10 of a second quicker. Patrick Dupree is the race leader. Leon Gagno running second. Third is the 34 of George Foley. Max MVN, a great drive to this point, still running in 4th. 5th is Chris Kaye. 6th is Matt Woodruff. 7th is Aaron Barnaby. 8th now Martin Roy, who continues to charge towards the front in the Bosch Truck Center number 90. 9th is Greg Atkins. And 10th on the inside, it is Mike Finney in the 38. Jim Introne will take the Gibson Hardware 9 down to the infield. The leader works off turn number 4. Jim McComb in the 5, about to go down a lap, as is Michel Vien in the 00. Leader Dupree racing off turn number 2. Working on lap number 19. He is pulling away from Leon Gagno. Gagno is being chased down by George Foley in the number 34, who continues to run in the 3rd spot. 4th still Vien. 5th is still Kaye. Running 6th is the double nickel of Matt Woodruff. But he's being hunted right now by Aaron Barnaby in the V3 and Martin Roy. The best battle on the racetrack right now is for 6th between the double nickel, the B3, and the 90. Right now, Woodruff has that 6th spot. 7th is Bartamy, and he's trying to get around Matt Woodruff. At the same time, he's trying to hold off Martin in the number 90. Contact! Martin goes up at the top of turn number 2. He will lose a spot to Greg Atkins. As the 55 and the B3 got together, that shot the B3 up the track into the 90, and Martin had to get on the brakes to save that car. He was headed back towards the garage off the top of 2. Greg Atkins was able to take a spot away. Good racing there, just inside the top 10. Let's pick up the leader now, Patrick Dupree, who is over in turn number 2. Dupree, racing down the backstretch, is going to run onto the back of the field in some heavy traffic that will impede his progress. He has almost a full straightaway lead now, at least half a straightaway, over Leon Gagno in the number 4. George Foley, the 34, continues to chase down Leon Gagno. Foley's lap times are just a tick better than times that are being put down by Leon Gagno. Richard Tesseur, right rear tire down on the 49. Tesseur, right rear tire flat, yellow flag. Those cars running in the top 10. Keep your eyes on the leader, Patrick Dupree, coming off of turn number 4 on the hammer. Green flag. Patrick Dupree, right off the restart, starts to check out down the backstretch. George Foley going for 2nd. Leon Gagno right now has that 2nd spot in the number 4. Foley trying to get there in the 34. Martin working his way around Greg Atkins for the 9th spot. Make that 8th, I believe. Now 8th is Martin in the number 90. Chris Kaye has moved past Maxim Vien into 4th. Vien is now 5th. 6th is Matt Woodruff. 7th is the B3 of Bartamy. And 8th is Martin 5 to go for Patrick Dupree. Patrick Dupree looking for his 2nd win of 2009, and I believe the 13th win of his Ernie's Discount Tools Modified racing career. That would put him the career leader in wins in the Ernie's Discount Tools Modified division. And he is pulling away. Check it out. 16.107. Last lap time for Patrick Dupree. Leon Gagno turning a 16.431. George Foley at 16.464. So Dupree is the class of everybody right now. By 0.3 of a second, he is pulling away from Leon Gagno. Martin has rejoined that battle with Matt Woodruff and Aaron Bartamy. They race for spots 6, 7, and 8. Popsicle sticks are out this time for Patrick Dupree, who is hauling the mail out front. Dupree has built up a 12-car length advantage over Leon Gagno in the number 4. And that's a good gap back to George Foley, who is hanging on to that 3rd spot. Here comes your leader. Final lap for Patrick Dupree. Down the backstretch, into turns 3 and 4. A gigantic lead and a big win. He goes back to back. Patrick Dupree wins it. 2nd will go to Leon Gagno in the 4. 3rd to George Foley in the 34. 4th, it's going to be Chris Kaye. Maxim Vien is 5th. 6th, Matt Woodruff. 7th, it looked like Martin 8th to Aaron Bartamy. 9th to Don Scarborough. 10th to Greg Atkins. 11th, Mike Finney. And then 12th, Bryant Trim in the number 59.
Thank you, Rick. We'll get a word with Patrick Dupree. Come on over, Pat. Congratulations. Thank you. You have that as well. Well, I remember at the start of this, you and I talked over Jerry, and you were trying to figure out the setup, you and the crew. You were a little frustrated at times. I think you found it.
Yeah, we got it figured out, and I'm not going to tell anybody.
Well, that's probably good because you are cooking the field. You were turning lap times in the 16.1s, really flying front. And the key to this race, I think, is how quickly you charge to the front. I mean, you were in the thick of things by lap number 6 inside the top 5.
Yeah, with the way everything is now, you've just got to get it done early. You got to try to get up front soon, and the car was really good, so I could pretty much put it anywhere on the racetrack, and took advantages of a few small holes, and was fortunate to get up front pretty quick.
The key for you at a lap 2 restart where you were about somewhere near the 15th position, in the middle of the pack, and then I looked up and there you were in about the 6th spot or near the top 5 by lap 5 or 6.
Yeah, it seemed to work up on the outside, and they were all just hanging down low, so I drove around.
Well, congratulations. You're really hauling the mail. Great job.
Thanks very much.
That's Patrick Dupree, everybody. He wins.
Is your field of cars. 30 strong, ready to go. Green flag is out. 15 laps the scheduled distance, and Mr. Turd's going to lead him up the backstretch. But the Bombers moving 3 wide, now almost 4 wide up the backstretch as they head into turn number 3. Bordeaux's got a 4-car length lead on Shotgun, and then they are really dicing it up for that number 2 spot. Donor taps the wall of the 1 car.
Right front flat, Rick.
Justin Donor headed back to the garage area with the 1. Contact with the turn 4 retaining wall. Meanwhile, the battle continues on for that number 3 spot. Top 2 cars are safe. Everybody else, look out. They're coming from everywhere. 4 wide again down the front stretch. Chris Bradley get together. Chris Lemare's number 4 has some problems. He's pulled into the infield. They continue to dice it up in turn 4 once again. Bobby Lemare has worked his 5 car to the number 3 spot. McCormick might have got a little piece of the wall this time coming off of turn 4. They all try to run down Mr. Turd in the 08. Lemare's off the backstretch. He got a couple wheels into the bumper. He lost 3 spots. Matty Brusso's 26 has moved into the 3rd spot. He's got a challenge coming up. Dusty D is right there in the 12, as is the 10 of Steve Brissett. Here comes Captain Thunder on the move on the inside. Rick Donor looking to go 2 in a row. Picking him up and setting him down on the inside. He's working his way toward the top 5. Donor has moved that 95 car now into the 4th spot. As up front, from the drop of the green flag, it's been Mr. Turd. This time it's Steve Brissett in the 10 who's get caught in the bunker. Brissett trying to pull his 10 car back onto the racetrack as he is slow up in turn 3. They're closing in on Shotgun. Seymour's 35 is about to face a 2-pronged challenge for the number 2 spot. Seymour's, look out, he's sideways in turn 3. He goes around. Nice job by Shotgun to hold on to it. Car started to get away from him going into turn 3, and he did a nice job to hold on and not lose it in front of the field. Here comes Dusty D on the inside for the lead. Mr. Turd trying to come right back on the outside. Not going to happen. Dusty D, the new leader. And he's bringing Rick Donor right with him. Donor goes to 2nd. Collins goes to 3rd. Thwaites goes to 4th as Mr. Turd has been flushed. Problems toward the back of the pack. That's the 9 car for Harold Lemare, who got off the track. He gets it going and will stay green. Here comes Captain Thunder looking to the inside of Dusty D. They come by this time. 5 to go. They're even at the stripe. Dusty D and Captain T doing a great battle up front, which is about to become a 3-car battle, as the Bill Thwaites 69 car is right on the back bumper of Captain Thunder. They finished 1-2 last week. Will they do it again? Donor on the inside has the lead. Thwaites got a little bit squirrely in turn 2 that time. He lost a few car lengths. That gives the 2nd spot back to Dusty D. And Gilligan's on the move on the outside in the 77. He's battling alongside Collins for the number 4 spot. Donor got a little bit high in turn number 2. And Dusty D has now lost the 2nd spot back to Bill Thwaites. 2 to go this time by for Captain Thunder. Thwaites trying to run him down to avoid the repeat of last week. Collins now looks to the inside of Dusty D. Top 2 cars are going to have to work their way around the Bradley 77. 4 lap cars coming down the front stretch to the white flag. 1 to go for Donor. Donor splits the lap cars. He's still got Thwaites just 2 car lengths behind. Dusty D has that 3rd spot. Collins is 4th. Here they come off turn 4 the final time. Down the stretch, Rick Donor back to back. Thwaites finishes 2nd. 3rd spot goes to Dusty D. 4th will go to Jimmy Collins in the 02. And Gilligan, Randy Martin rounds out the top 5. Rob is headed down to Victory Lane where he'll talk with our main event winner. Boy, they'll be celebrating tonight in Clintonville as Dusty D gets 3rd. Thwaites gets 2nd. He doesn't seem happy with someone. Donor gets the win. It's his 2nd of 2009 and his 2nd in a row. Word from turn 1 that the driver is okay in the 3 car. That is Leo Jenkins. Rob is headed down to Victory Lane. Here's the Airborne Trophy girl, Joe Desitel, once again. Terry Bishaw is going to help John Bradley get back to the garage area. There he is. He's out of the car. How about a nice round of applause for Rick Donor? Well, let's go downstairs. Rob Knowles standing by to talk with the winner.
All right, Rick. Thanks a lot. We'll get a word with Rick Donor, who goes back-to-back. 2nd straight win in the Keysville Napa Auto Parts Mini Modifieds. Okay. All right, congratulations. Another solid performance by you, just picking them off one at a time. A green to checkers run tonight for your division, so you didn't have any time to waste.
No time. Starting 19th, it's hard getting up through there.
And in the top 3 were a bunch of cars that you also work on, the 12 and the 69 right there with you.
Oh, I seen them. I'm like, oh no, here we go.
But you end up on top, back-to-back wins for you. Nice job.
Thank you.
All right, that's Rick Donor, everybody. As he wins for the 2nd time, go ahead.
I want to thank my sponsors, Gordon's Oil. Thank you.
All right, way to go, Rick Donor. 2nd win for Rick, back-to-back. 2nd win this season.
Mike Terry in the 65 is inching his way closer, lap by lap, towards the front. Mike Terry is now about 3 feet off the back bumper of Kenny St. Germain. St. Germain works a middle line around the racetrack. Halfway this time by for the Versatile Trailer Sales Renegades, and Mike Terry almost had the lead at the stripe. Terry on the inside couldn't quite grab the lead away from St. Germain. It appeared, but now as they race down the backstretch into 3, Mike Terry has the lead in the 3rd turn. He should finish the pass off turn number 4. Mike Terry is the new leader. Now remember last week, Mike Terry did not make it through post-race tech inspection. Hopefully whatever changes they had to make to the car, they've made, because he is leading and he's checking out. It's now 3 car lengths over Kenny St. Germain. 3rd is the 10 of Josh Allen. Kenny Davies is still 4th. Dave Raptoy still 5th. Jason Sawyer still 6th. This race has not yet been slowed by a yellow flag. It's been a green flag run throughout. And next time by, there will be 10 laps to go for Mike Terry. Kenny St. Germain Sparks coming off the back of that number 40. Keep an eye on St. Germain's number 40 car. Remember, a couple of weeks back, the rear end snapped on that number 40, and he is trailing Sparks down the front stretch. Y12 is the leader by 3 car lengths now over Kenny St. Germain. St. Germain sparking his way along the backstretch. Another division that has not yet encountered a yellow flag. We had a green to checkers run in the mini modified feature event. And the Renegades are on their way to the same thing at this point, inside 10 laps remaining. Mike Terry, Kenny St. Germain, Josh Allen, Kenny Davies. Those cars have been in the top 4. Dave Raptoy running 5th. Jason Sawyer is 6th. 7th is Randy Ledoux. 8th is Keith O'Neill. 9th is Kevin Booten. 10th right now is the points leader, Nick Haywood. A lot of people have commented that Haywood has a real dominant car in the division. Well, geez, here he is running 10th. It's not like he's smoking the field. He's sitting in the 10th spot. If it were a dominant car, he'd be winning 4 straight.
Not only that,
10th.
he's only got 1 win in the season. I think Kenny St. Germain is just getting an early start to the 4th of July celebrations.
Well, Haywood is 10th, the points leader. 11th is Lance Raptoy. 12th is Joe Warren. 13th is Lonnie Rivers. 14th is Mark Caron. 15th, the battle between Robert Gordon and Keith Pelkey. But out front, Mike Terry is picking him up and putting him down. Now remember, he had problems in post-race tech last week. If you're Kenny St. Germain, you want to hang on to that second spot. Randy Ledoux finished second last week, we thought. And with the disqualification in tech, he inherited the win over in the tech line. No problems for Keith O'Neill. The 0, problems on the left front. Looks like the left front tire is down on O'Neill's 0. Or if no, the tire's not down, perhaps something has broken on the front of that car. It looks like the left front suspension. Here come the top 10 cars over in turns 1 and 2. Mike Terry, the leader, is over in the 3rd turn. Inside 5 laps remaining now. Mike Terry in the 65 has a very comfortable lead. The gap between Terry and Kenny St. Germain is about half the front stretch. And the same gap back to Josh Allen, who is now feeling some heat from Kenny Davies. Kenny Davies, who has the best mustache at the Airborne Speedway, running in the 4th position, is trying to get to 3rd. And also charging is Dave Raptoy in the number 21. Davies in car number 9 dives down to the inside of Josh Allen, trying to take that show spot away. Here he comes off turn number 4, and he has it. Kenny Davies is into the top 3 with the 711 Mini Mart number 9. Josh Allen running in the 4th position. 5th is Dave Raptoy. Popsicle sticks are out. 2 laps remain, this time by for car number 65, Mike Terry. 2 to go. St. Germain in the 40. Still spite, it appears as though it's a muffler that he's dragging, some type of pipe that he's dragging on the right side of the car, producing the spark show, but he is comfortably in that 2nd spot. Kenny Davies and Dave Raptoy now running 3rd and 4th. Josh Allen, 5th. Here comes Randy Ledoux trying to get 6th. White flag is out for Mike Terry. Now Mike Terry on his way to what will hopefully be his first win of the season. And hopefully he'll be able to get his way through tech inspection as well at the conclusion of the race. Here he comes off the 4th turn. Mike Terry wins it. Dominating win for the Grand Isle Vermont driver. 2nd to Kenny St. Germain. Kenny Davies is 3rd. 4th to Dave Raptoy. 5th to Josh Allen. 6th Randy Ledoux. 7th will go to the 28 of Jason Sawyer. 8th is Nick Haywood. 9th is Lance Raptoy. 10th is Kevin Booten. 11th Joe Warren. And 12th Lonnie Rivers, the defending track champion.
All right, Rick, reading through all those numbers, I'm confused, but here is Mike Terry. He wasn't confused tonight. Mike, congratulations. Winning here, and hopefully everything's going to go through over in the room of doom and gloom, as Mike Watts just referred to it.
Yeah, well, some things happen, some things don't, so hopefully things go good tonight.
Well, the car certainly, again, was very fast. You were able to work your way to the front. You started fairly close to the front, but you were able to work through traffic, and again, the car was there. It really seemed to handle well.
Yeah, I got the tires changed around this week, so that did it a lot for it. I want to thank Mike Wells. He's a good man. Kim Snack Bar, Mike Perotti.
And that's it. All right, congratulations. Nice job.
Thank you very much.
All right, Mike Terry. He gets the win tonight in the Versatile Trailer Sales Renegade Division.
That's your field, ready to go. Bomber main event, 15 laps. Here they come, off turn 4. They pick up the speed as the green flag is out. Oh, they're 3 wide already. Look at this 4 wide move by Leclerc on the far outside. He has picked up 6 spots already, but can he stay out of the bunker? No, he's sideways into the bunker. Josh Leclerc got too far on the outside coming off turn 2. Contact was made, and now as he is stuck out of the bunker. Caution flag is out. Caution on the Speedway for the 7 of Josh Leclerc. All right, ready to go back to racing. 4 laps down, 11 laps remain. Main event for the Bombers, back to the green. Joyle with a good jump on the outside. He's going to grab the lead going into turn 1. Collins is back to second, a little bit sideways. Here comes a 3-wide move in the far outside by the Grape Ape. Grape Ape battling right alongside Josh Laporte. Blondo somehow got drop kicked back to the 6th spot. He was running 3rd. Black flag is out on the John Fountain 16. Mr. Wonderful's headed back to the garage area. 3-wide action. Grape Ape has moved his 21 car into the number 3 spot. They're 3-wide coming off the 4th turn. Blondo's the meat of the sandwich. Josh Laporte on the inside. Bombard was on the far outside, but he backed off just a bit coming in to turn number 1. Blondo's picking up once again on the outside. He's moving right alongside the Grape Ape in the 21. Bombers are going to be halfway this time by. Joyle's 57. Collins, perhaps one of the unluckiest drivers in this division, has had a fast car all year long but has been plagued by bad luck. He runs second. The good battle for the 3rd spot, Richner and Blondo. 2 further students of Rob's battling it out for the Northern Tier Championship tonight. Blondo will take the 3rd spot as he gains ground on the outside. He'll move up on the Collins 22. Jason Blondo swings to the bottom of the racetrack as Chad Collins trying to hold on to that 2nd spot. He's going to battle right alongside the 5 of Jason Blondo. Collins gets a little bit high in 3. That allows Blondo to move by on the inside and take the 2nd spot as he now tries to run down Bill Joyle in the 57. Josh Durvash has come upon the scene to battle alongside Josh Laporte's 45 car. Durvash now goes to 5th. He'll try and run down the Grape Ape in the 21, who runs 4th. Collins is 3rd, and Blondo has really not gained any ground on the Joyle 57. Bill Joyle looking for his first career victory. And if he can hold on, it will be a sweep for the Ausable Forks drivers in the 4-cylinder cars. But Blondo has really gained some ground on that lap. He is right on the back bumper of the 57 with 3 to go. Coming upon the lap car of Marshall Lefebvre with the 57A. They both swing to the inside. Blondo stays right on the back bumper of the Joyle 57. They've got more lap traffic to encounter as the 47 of Jason Ledoux right there in front of the leader. Joyle masterfully sweeps by on the inside, but here comes Blondo on the far inside. Joyle now will have to stick with him on the outside, but no, he drifts a little bit too high. And Blondo's got the lead coming off turn 4 with 1 to go. Joyle trying to come back and get him on the inside. They're going to move around the lap car of Kevin Martin. No, Blondo almost went into the bunker coming off turn 2, but he held on to it. Off turn 4, final time. Joyle trying to run him down. Not going to do it. Blondo gets his 3rd win at the line. Collins gets 2nd. Joyle 3rd. 4th spot goes to the 21 of Scotty Richner. And Josh Durvash rounds out the top 5 in the 88.
All right, Rick, thanks. We'll get a word with Jason Blondo in just a second, who's getting pretty used to this business, as this is the 3rd time that he has taking home a checkered flag. He's out of his car. Give him a nice round of applause. Jason Blondo wins in the Monster Energy Drink Bomber Division. Well, Jay, a white flag lap pass as you were able to get the win on that final lap. Talk about over in turn number 2, you were about 6 inches from going off the racetrack.
Oh, I held it, and hopefully it stuck, and it did, so that's where I got by him.
And then where you also picked up a lot of momentum. You were able to throw it to the top of turn 2. It stuck for you. It just catapulted you to the backstretch.
Yeah, the car really gets a good push off the outside, and that's where I make up most of my ground.
And then going into 3 and 4, I'm not sure if you noticed it or not, but Bill seemed to get a little loose going into turn 4 as he was driving hard trying to chase you down, and that allowed you to lengthen the cushion and really win by about 4 or 5 car lengths.
Yeah, I mean, hey, car's hooked up, and it's perfect.
Well, congratulations. You've got to practice on these victory lane speeches. Remember, you learned how to talk successfully in my global studies class, so you should be good at these interviews.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, congratulations. Good job, Jason Blondo.
That will wrap up Motorsports Magazine from the Airborne Speedway in Plattsburgh. And Rob, with all these back-to-back winners, it seems as though we saw the show from last week all over again.
Patrick Dupree going back-to-back in the Ernie's Discount Tools Modified Division. That car really hooked up now, Rick. He was turning by far the best lap times on a very consistent basis. And the key for him, he got to the front early, started deep in the pack somewhere around the 17th spot. And within 5 or 6 laps, he was knocking on the door of the top 5.
Leon Gagno, a strong run for second.
Yeah, but again, he was running 2 to 3 tenths a second slower lap times than Patrick Dupree, and right now Patrick Dupree is slightly in a league of his own in that modified division.
We saw the Sportsman main event in its entirety, and boy, what a great move Chris Reeves put on at the end.
For the first time in over a month, somebody besides Robin Wood wins. Robin Wood had overheating problems. He did not finish the race. Chris Reeves was able to take home his first career win after running in the 3rd position. It looked like it was going to be a battle between Bill Sawyer and Buck O'Brien, and one of those 2 veteran drivers likely pulling down the checkered flag, but it wasn't to be. They got together, and that opened up room down on the inside for Chris Reeves, who had the guts to throw it down to the inside while those 2 were battling for the lead, and end up taking his first career win. And you could really hear the emotion as well in his voice, Rick. Really excited and happy to be in victory lane.
The best way to come back from a disqualification is come back and win the following week. That's what Rick Donor did a couple of weeks ago. That's what Mike Terry did tonight.
And Mike Terry started towards the front. That car seemed to be even faster this week. They had tire issues that got them disqualified last week in Tech. But he seemed to be even better this week as he won convincingly a good 7 to 8 car lengths over Kenny St. Germain. And a tip of the cap to Kenny St. Germain, who finished second in his number 40, his best finish in a Renegade.
In the mini-modified feature, Rick Donor goes back-to-back with the Clintonville gang and the Dusty D from the Mighty Key in 3rd.
And Billy Thwaites finishing in the 2nd spot. A lot of the teams that he helps he helps to work on those cars, and he helps to make them all fast. Obviously, they were fast tonight as they finished 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Rick Donor back-to-back.
Speaking of back-to-back, we said it was going to be like that. It was again in the Palmer division as Jason Blondo gets his 3rd, 2nd in a row.
Yep, back-to-back wins for Blondo. Earlier in the year, of course, he won a race that was shortened after they hit the time limit, and a lot of people were suspect of that victory. But there's no doubt now he clearly has his stuff together. That car's going really well for him, and he is able to go back-to-back with a number 5. Good win for the Champlain driver.
One thing left to do, and that's give out the award for the Watson Glass Driver of the Week.
Should be unanimous.
Each week, Jimmy Watson gives out a $25 gift certificate to the Watson Glass Driver of the Week. We thank Jimmy for his participation in the Motorsports Magazine TV show. And we'll start out. Rob, your vote.
Chris Reeves, his first career win. Great job for Chris. They've had a lot of problems with that car, too, that they've had to try to figure out and work on. Chris Reeves, my vote.
Ditto. Gene Gagne. Ditto. 3 votes for Chris Reeves. He is indeed the Watson Glass Driver of the Week. Not really a big surprise in that one. Thanks to our videographers, Robbie Knowles, Sam Zins, and Gene Gagne from OutsideGroove.com. For Rob Knowles, I'm Rick Knowles. Have a good night, everybody.